What if I told you there's a specific list of actions you, Libra, need to complete before Christmas to unlock all the abundance and peace the universe is preparing for you? I know it might sound exaggerated, but just listen to what I'm about to reveal, because it could completely change how you end this year. Look, you who were born under the sign of Libra know very well what it's like to constantly seek balance, harmony, and justice in everything in your life. You spend the whole year trying to balance your emotions, your relationships, your choices, and often end up getting lost in the whole process. You give so much to others that you forget to look inward to your own needs, to what really matters to you. And now we are approaching the end of the year. There are only a few days left until Christmas, and there is a very powerful cosmic energy moving in favor of Librans. Do you know that feeling when you've spent the whole year chasing things that seemed important, but deep down you feel like something is still incomplete? That restlessness that wakes you up in the middle of the night, that inner voice that tells you that you could have done more, could have been more true to yourself? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. The universe is giving you a unique opportunity, a very special window of time between now and Christmas, for you to reorganize your energy, realign your purposes, and enter the next cycle completely renewed. You can't let this chance pass you by, because if you ignore these signs, if you don't take the right actions now, you'll carry all this emotional baggage, all these burdens you've been carrying into next year. And look, I'm not saying this to scare you, but to wake you up. The cosmos is literally shouting at you, sending messages through situations, people, and even through this video you're watching right now. It's no coincidence that you're here. In the coming weeks, leading up to Christmas, there is an extremely favorable planetary configuration for Libra. Venus, your ruling planet, is dancing in the sky in a way that opens portals of profound transformation in your life. And when I say transformation, I'm not talking about superficial changes. I'm talking about a complete renewal of your essence, your way of seeing the world, your priorities. But for this to happen, you need to do your part. I've prepared 12 essential actions that every Libra needs to complete before Christmas. Each of these actions was carefully chosen based on your sign's energy, your emotional and spiritual needs, and what the universe is asking of you right now. If you follow each of these guidelines with an open heart and a willing mind, I guarantee that your Christmas will be unlike any other you've ever experienced. And more importantly, you will enter the new year as a much higher version of yourself. So stay with me until the end of this video, because every word here was placed there with a purpose. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go there and hit that bell, because we bring you content like this every week, made especially to help you evolve and better understand the signs that the cosmos is sending you. First thing, make peace with someone from your past. Look, I know this first piece of advice starts off heavy, but that's exactly why it's right here at the beginning. You Libra carry within you an immense need for harmony, for peace, for everything to be in order. But there's a huge contradiction in all of this, because while you seek this external peace, you keep some resentments deep in your heart, some wounds that have never truly healed. Before Christmas arrives, you need to do a very honest exercise of looking at your past and identifying that person with whom you still have some emotional unresolved issue. It could be a family member, a former lover, a friend who drifted away, or even someone from work with whom you had a conflict. The important thing is that you acknowledge this situation and take action. And when I talk about making peace, I'm not necessarily saying you need to call that person, schedule a coffee, and have a long, deep conversation. Sometimes making peace is an internal process, you know? It's about forgiving from within your heart, letting go of that anger, that resentment, that bitterness that has been consuming you from the inside. Because the truth is, when you hold on to those negative feelings, you're the one who suffers the most. Libra has a very strong tendency to avoid conflict. You prefer to pretend everything is fine, put on a smile and move on, rather than confront a difficult situation. And because of this, you accumulate these unresolved issues inside you, and they weigh you down, creating energetic blockages that prevent you from receiving all the blessings the universe wants to give you. Think about it. How are you going to make room for new things in your life if your heart is full of emotional baggage from the past? It's impossible. It's like trying to fill a cup that's already overflowing. First, you need to empty it, clean it, before you can receive the new. And look, I perfectly understand that forgiveness isn't easy. There are situations that have deeply affected you, people who have hurt you in ways you never imagined possible. But forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's about you. It's about freeing yourself from this emotional prison. It's about regaining your inner peace, It's about choosing your happiness above any resentment. The period before Christmas is extremely powerful for this type of emotional healing. The Christmas energy brings with it a frequency of love, compassion, and unity. And when you align yourself with this energy and do the inner work of forgiving and releasing the past, you are literally opening the doors of your heart for miracles to happen. So take a moment for yourself, sit in a quiet place, close your eyes and bring to mind the image of that person with whom you need to make peace. Feel all the emotions that come with that memory. Don't try to repress anything. Let the anger, the sadness, the disappointment, whatever it may be, come. And then when you feel that you have expressed everything you needed to express, even if only internally, you will take a deep breath and visualize a white light enveloping you and that person. You will say aloud or mentally that you forgive, that you are free, that you choose peace. You can do this as many times as you need, until you feel that weight has lifted from your chest. And trust the process, because the universe is supporting you on this healing journey. You are not alone in this. And when you complete this first action, you will feel a lightness you haven't felt in a long time. It's as if a knot that was tight inside you has finally come undone. Second thing, organize your physical space. Now let's talk about something that seems simple, but has a gigantic power in your energetic life. Your physical space, your house, your room, the place where you spend most of your time, is a direct reflection of what is happening inside you. And if you stop to look around you now, you will probably notice that you have accumulated things, clutter, objects that you no longer use but that continue to occupy space. Libra is an air sign, and therefore you need lightness, free space to move around, to breathe, to think clearly. When your environment is disorganized, full of unnecessary things, your mind also becomes confused, scattered, and unfocused. It's as if the external mess creates an internal mess, and vice versa. Before Christmas arrives, you need to do a deep clean of your space. And I'm not just talking about wiping things down, tidying them up, and that's it. I'm talking about a real energetic cleansing. Getting rid of everything that no longer serves you. That outfit you haven't worn in years, but that's just sitting there waiting for the day you might wear it again. Those old papers, documents that are no longer useful. Those gifts you received but that never had any real meaning for you. All of that needs to go. Every object in your home carries energy. And if you are surrounded by things that don't bring you joy, that have no purpose in your current life, you are literally living amidst stagnant energies. And this affects everything, from your mood to your ability to attract good things into your life. So set aside a weekend or a few days and take your time with this process. Take one room at a time and evaluate each item there. Ask yourself if it still makes sense in your life, if it brings you any kind of positive feeling, if you really need it. And be honest in your answers. Libras have a tendency to cling to things out of sentimentality, out of fear of regretting it later, but you need to understand that letting go of the old is necessary to make room for the new. After you do this physical cleaning, you'll feel an incredible difference in the energy of your home. The air will seem lighter, purer. You'll be able to think more clearly. You'll feel more motivated, more inspired. And this isn't just your imagination, it's real. When you remove physical blockages, you're also removing energetic blockages. And there's something else very important in this whole process. When you organize your space, you're sending a clear message to the universe that you're ready to receive. It's as if you're saying that you've done your part, that you've cleaned, that you've prepared everything, and now you're open for blessings to come to you. Take this opportunity to do a deeper energy cleansing. You can light rosemary or rue incense, place a sprig of rosemary in the corners of the house, or put a glass of coarse salt in each room for a few hours. There are several techniques you can use. Choose the one that resonates most with you and put it into practice. And don't forget to include your workspace in this cleaning process, if you work from home, because a lot of energy accumulates there too, especially if you spend many hours of your day in that environment. Keep everything organized, clean, and harmonious. Place a plant, a candle, some object that brings you peace. Transform that space into a place where you feel good, where creativity and productivity flow naturally. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Let's continue now. Third thing, practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal to transform your life, and it's something every Libra needs to consciously practice, especially in this period before Christmas. You who spend so much time worrying about what's missing, what could be better, what you haven't yet achieved, need to stop for a moment and look at everything you already have. The law of attraction works in a very clear way. What you focus on is what you attract. If you constantly complain, focusing on the negative, on what is wrong, you are sending a message to the universe that this is what you want most in your life. But when you practice gratitude, when you recognize and celebrate the blessings that are already present in your life, you are vibrating at a much higher frequency, and this attracts more good things to you. So from now until Christmas, you're going to create a daily gratitude ritual. And it doesn't have to be anything complicated, it doesn't have to take much time. It can be in the morning when you wake up or at night before bed. The important thing is that you're consistent. You're going to stop for a few minutes and mentally or in writing list at least 3 things you're grateful for that day. And look, it doesn't always have to be big, extraordinary things. It can be something simple like waking up healthy, having a delicious meal, receiving a kind message from someone, or seeing a beautiful sunset. The important thing is that you recognize these small blessings that often go unnoticed in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Libras tend to idealize things a lot, believing that happiness will only arrive when you achieve what you're seeking, when your life is perfect as you imagine it. But the truth is that happiness lies in the little things, in simple moments, in genuine connections. And when you practice gratitude, you are training your brain to recognize and value these things. Studies show that people who regularly practice gratitude are happier, healthier, have better relationships, and even sleep better. This is because gratitude changes your brain chemistry, increases the production of feel-good hormones, and reduces stress and anxiety levels. So you're not just doing a spiritual exercise, you're literally changing your biology. And there's something very interesting that happens when you start practicing true gratitude. You begin to realize that your life is already much more abundant than you imagined. You start to see beauty and reasons to celebrate in places where before you only saw problems and difficulties. It's as if you put on a new pair of glasses that allow you to see the world in a completely different way. You can also create a gratitude journal. Buy a nice notebook that you like to look at and hold, and every day you will write about the good things that happened, the blessings you received, the moments that made you smile. And on difficult days when you feel like nothing is going right, you can go back and read what you wrote, and that will help you remember that there is always something to be grateful for. Take this opportunity to also give thanks for the things that haven't happened yet, but that you wish would happen. That's right, give thanks as if you've already received them, because when you act this way, you're sending a very powerful message to the universe that you're already vibrating at the frequency of what you desire, and this accelerates its manifestation. 4th thing, reconnect with your creative essence. Every Libra has a very strong creative flame within them, but often this flame is stifled by the responsibilities of adult life, the demands of daily life, and the expectations that others place on you. And when you disconnect from your creative essence, you lose a very important part of who you are. Creativity isn't just about painting pictures or writing poetry. It's about expressing yourself authentically, exploring new possibilities, and allowing your imagination to fly free without judgment. And you need to reclaim that in your life before Christmas arrives. Think of something you enjoyed doing when you were younger, some activity that brought you pure joy, without worrying about the outcome or what others would think. It could be drawing, dancing, singing, cooking, writing, doing crafts, playing an instrument, anything. And start dedicating some time each week to doing it again. It doesn't matter if you're not good at it. It doesn't matter if no one will see what you've created. It doesn't matter if it has no practical use. What matters is the process. It's allowing yourself to play, experiment, make mistakes, try again. It's about reconnecting with that part of you that still knows how to have fun, that still marvels at simple things, that still believes that anything is possible. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of arts, beauty, and aesthetics. So creativity is literally in its astrological DNA. When you allow yourself to create, when you express yourself artistically, you are aligning yourself with the energy of your ruling planet, and this brings a feeling of fulfillment, of being in the right place doing the right thing. Furthermore, creativity is a very powerful way to process emotions. Sometimes there are things inside you that you don't even know how to put into words, but when you pick up a paintbrush, or when you start molding clay, or when you dance, those emotions find a way out. It's like therapy, only in a much lighter and more enjoyable way. And look, Don't underestimate the transformative power of dedicating time to doing something simply because you enjoy it, without any other motivation. In our society, we are constantly pressured to be productive, to do things that bring financial return or recognition. But there is immense value in doing something simply for the pleasure of doing it, for the process itself. You can also use your creativity to prepare the environment for Christmas. Instead of just buying ready-made decorations, how about creating some things yourself? You can make ornaments with materials you have at home. You can paint, you can put together arrangements. Put your energy, your intention into what you are creating. And when you look at that decoration, you will know that there is a little piece of you, of your essence, there. If you have children, nephews, or young children in the family, take advantage of this time to do creative activities with them. Children are masters of creativity because they haven't yet been contaminated by all the blocks and judgments that we adults carry. Observe how freely they create, how much fun they have in the process, and let that inspire you. Fifth thing, establish healthy boundaries. This is one of the hardest lessons for any Libra to learn, but it's absolutely essential that you work on this before Christmas. You who have such a great need to please everyone, to maintain peace, to be liked by everyone, often end up negating yourself, accepting things that hurt you just to avoid conflict or disappointing someone. But the truth is, when you don't set clear boundaries, when you let people cross your emotional boundaries, you're betraying yourself. You're telling the universe that other people's needs are more important than your own, and that creates a huge energetic imbalance in your life. Healthy boundaries aren't about being selfish or insensitive. They're about respecting yourself, about recognizing that you also have needs, that you also deserve to be treated with consideration and care. They're about understanding that you can't take care of others if you're emotionally exhausted, if you're constantly sacrificing yourself. So before Christmas, you need to look at your relationships and identify where you're allowing people to cross boundaries. It could be that family member who always makes comments about your life and you never respond. It could be that friend who only shows up when they need something and you're always available. It could be at work, where you accept more tasks than you can handle just because you don't know how to say no. And after identifying these situations, you'll need the courage to set your boundaries. And yes, this may be uncomfortable at first. People may find it strange, they may even get upset because they were used to your unlimited availability. But this is a sign that those boundaries were needed a long time ago. You can start with small things. Practice saying no to invitations you really don't want to accept. Stop replying to messages immediately just because the person might think you're ignoring them. Take some time for yourself without feeling guilty. Little by little, you'll realize that the world doesn't fall apart when you put your needs first. And there's something very important you need to understand. People who truly love and respect you will understand and respect your boundaries. They may not understand at first, they may need time to adjust, but in the end they will accept them. And those who get angry, who try to manipulate you or make you feel guilty, are showing that they didn't have a genuine concern for your well-being. And perhaps it's time to reassess their presence in your life. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love. It's you telling yourself that you care about your well-being, that you will no longer put yourself second. And when you do that, when you position yourself that way, something magical happens. You start attracting people who respect your boundaries naturally, and healthier, more balanced relationships begin to appear in your life. Sixth thing, review your finances. Money is energy, and how you handle your finances directly reflects your relationship with abundance and deservingness. And Librans, as much as they like beautiful things and appreciate aesthetics and comfort, often have a complicated relationship with money, sometimes spending impulsively, sometimes depriving themselves for fear of not having enough. Before Christmas arrives, you need to stop and make an honest assessment of your financial situation. And I'm not saying you should panic or blame yourself for choices you've made in the past, no. I'm talking about looking at the numbers clearly, without judgment, just to understand where you are and where you want to go. Sit down calmly and list all your sources of income, all your fixed expenses, your debts if you have any, and how much you can save at the end of the month. Look at your spending habits and identify where you might be spending unnecessarily, where you might be wasting financial energy without even realizing it. Libras have a tendency to use shopping as a form of emotional compensation. When you're sad, stressed, or feel like something is missing in your life, you go and buy something to fill that void. But the truth is, this only brings momentary satisfaction, and then comes the guilt or the bill to pay, and the cycle repeats itself. So part of this financial review process is also understanding the emotions behind your spending habits. When you feel the urge to buy something, stop for a moment and ask yourself what you're really looking for with that purchase. Is it really the object you want? Or is it the feeling you think that object will bring you? After gathering all this information, you'll create a simple financial plan to end the year and start the next one in a more organized way. It doesn't need to be anything too elaborate. It can simply be defining an amount you want to save per month, cutting some unnecessary expenses, and renegotiating any debt if necessary. And one very important thing, especially at this time of year as Christmas approaches, is to set a limit on spending for gifts and parties. Because the social pressure to spend, to impress, to look good is very high, and many people end up going into debt at this time just to keep up appearances. But remember that the true Christmas spirit has nothing to do with the size or price of gifts. It has to do with presence, with affection, with quality time with the people you love. So don't get carried away by the consumerist madness of this time of year. Buy gifts that are within your budget, or better yet, give gifts that you've made yourself that carry your energy and your affection. Take this opportunity to clean up your subscriptions and services that you pay for every month. How many times do we subscribe to something and forget we're paying for it, or continue paying for something we no longer use just because we're too lazy to cancel? Review all of that and cancel anything that isn't bringing you real value. 7th thing, take care of your physical health. You spend so much time taking care of your outward appearance, always wanting to be presentable and pleasing to the eyes of others, but sometimes you forget to take care of what really matters, which is your true inner health. And your body is the temple of your soul. It's the vehicle you have in this life to experience everything you came here to do. Before Christmas, you need to honestly assess how you've been treating your body. Have you been eating well? Or have you been grabbing whatever you can find just to stave off hunger amidst the rush of daily life? Have you been moving around? Or do you spend the whole day sitting down with the only physical activity being going from the couch to the bed? Have you been getting enough sleep? Or do you stay up late scrolling through your phone and then wake up exhausted? These things seem small, even silly, but they have a huge impact on your energy, your mood, and your ability to cope with life's challenges. When your body isn't well, everything becomes more difficult. Your mind becomes clouded, your emotions become unbalanced, and your spirituality becomes harder to access. So start by making small changes that you know you need to make. If you haven't been doing any physical activity, you don't need to rush out to a gym and sign up for a super intense program. Start by walking for 15 minutes a day, or doing some stretches at home. The important thing is to start, create the habit, and gradually increase it. If your diet is a mess, don't try to revolutionize everything at once because you won't be able to maintain it. Make smart swaps. Replace soda with water, swap chips for fruit, start preparing more meals at home instead of always eating out. Every small healthy choice you make is a vote of confidence in yourself. It's you saying that you care about your well-being. And about sleep, this is really serious. Most people are completely deprived of quality sleep, and this is destroying their health. You need to have a sleep routine, you need to create an environment conducive to good sleep, you need to turn off screens at least an hour before bed. Your body needs this rest time to regenerate, to process everything that happened during the day, to prepare for a new day. Take advantage of this period before Christmas to get those routine checkups you've been putting off. Schedule an appointment with the dentist you've been avoiding for months. Go to the doctor for a general checkup. Take care of any health problems you've been putting off. Because putting it off won't make the problem disappear. It will only make it worse. And look, taking care of your health isn't vanity, it's not superficiality. It's responsibility. It's recognizing that you need to be well to be able to accomplish everything you came to do in this life, to be able to take care of the people you love, to be able to enjoy the experiences that life offers you. 8th thing, disconnect from social media regularly. This is one that everyone knows they need to do, but almost no one does, because we're completely addicted to this virtual world. And Librans, being so sociable and enjoying being connected with people so much, end up falling even deeper into this social media trap. You spend hours scrolling through your feed, looking at other people's lives, comparing their achievements to your own, feeling like you're falling behind, that you should be doing more, being more, having more. And this is destroying you from the inside, even if you don't realize it. It's stealing your time, your energy, your peace of mind, your ability to be present in the moment. Before Christmas, you need to establish a healthier relationship with technology. And I'm not saying you should delete all your social media accounts and become a hermit, no. But you need to be aware of how much time you're spending there and the impact it's having on your life. Start by setting specific times to check your social media. Instead of constantly checking it whenever you get bored, decide to check only 2 or 3 times a day at specific times. And outside of those times, turn off notifications. You don't have your phone in your hand all the time. And there's something very important. You need to do a real digital fast at least once a week. Choose a day, it can be on the weekend, and spend that entire day without social media, without constantly checking messages. Use that time to do things you no longer do because you're always on your phone. When you disconnect from the virtual world, you reconnect with the real world, with the real people around you. You begin to notice details that previously went unnoticed. You are able to have deeper conversations. You feel more present, more alive. And here's something interesting. When you're not constantly comparing your life to the edited and filtered lives of other people on social media, you start to appreciate your own life much more. You stop feeling like you're always lacking something, that you're always owing something. You can celebrate your small victories without thinking they're not enough. Libras already have a natural tendency to compare themselves to others, to want to be like them, to seek external approval. And social media amplifies this in an absurd way. So the more you can distance yourself from this toxic environment, the more you will be able to connect with who you really are, with what you really want regardless of what others are doing or saying. Take this opportunity to also clean up the people you follow. There are people you follow who only make you feel bad, who only post negative things, or who make you envious, or who make you question your choices. There's no reason for you to continue following these people. Unfollow them without guilt, without needing to give an explanation. Your mental health is more important. 9th thing, reconnect with nature. We live in an increasingly urban society, increasingly disconnected from natural cycles, and this has a profound impact on our physical, mental, and spiritual health. You Libra need nature more than you imagine. You need to feel the sun on your skin, the wind on your face, walk on the earth, hear the birds singing. Before Christmas, make it a habit to spend time in nature regularly. It doesn't have to be anything extraordinary. You don't need to travel to distant places. It could just be going to a park near your house. It could be walking in a square. It could even be taking care of some plants at home if you can't go out. Contact with nature has a healing power that science has already proven, but that ancient wisdom has known for millennia. When you are in nature, your nervous system calms down, your stress level decreases, your mind becomes clearer. You can think better, feel better. Try to spend at least a few minutes outdoors each day. If you have a backyard or balcony, sit there in the morning to have your coffee and watch the sunrise. Or in the afternoon, take a few minutes to feel the sun on your skin. If you live in an apartment without direct access to nature, go to a window, open it, and breathe in the fresh air. And when you're in nature, put your cell phone aside. Don't photograph everything to post on social media. Don't get distracted by messages. Be truly present, observe, feel, connect. Look at the trees and notice how each one is different, how each leaf has its own shape. Listen to the sounds of the birds and try to identify how many different species you can hear. You can also start growing plants at home. You don't need a huge garden. You can start with small pots of herbs on the kitchen windowsill, or with succulents, which are super easy to care for. The act of caring for a plant, watering it, watching it grow, connects you with the cycles of life, with the mystery of existence. And there's a really beautiful practice you can do, which is hugging a tree. I know it sounds a bit strange, a bit too new age, but try it without judgment. Go to a park, choose a tree that you feel drawn to and lean against it. Hug the trunk, close your eyes and stay there for a few minutes feeling its energy. Trees are very ancient living beings that have witnessed so many seasons, so many changes, and yet they remain there, firm and rooted. When you connect with a tree, you can feel that strength, that stability, and that can help you feel more centered, more grounded as well. 10th thing, practice silence and meditation. Libra, you live in a constant search for balance, but you will hardly find this balance outside yourself if you don't first cultivate inner balance. And the most powerful way to cultivate inner balance is through silence and meditation. We live in an extremely noisy world, not only with external noises but also with mental noises. Your mind is constantly talking to you, making plans, remembering the past, worrying about the future, judging, analyzing, comparing. And you rarely have a moment of true inner silence. Before Christmas, you need to start creating this space of silence in your life. And it doesn't have to be anything complicated. You don't need to sit for 2 hours in the lotus position and completely empty your mind. You can start with 5 minutes a day, sitting in a comfortable place, preferably first thing in the morning before starting your day. Close your eyes, focus your attention on your breath, and simply observe the air going in and out. When thoughts come, and they will, don't try to fight them, don't try to force your mind to be empty. Just notice that you are thinking and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Over time, with consistent practice, these moments of silence will become deeper and longer, and you will begin to notice changes in your life. You will realize that you are reacting less impulsively to situations, that you are able to remain calm in moments that previously would have made you lose control, and that you are more present in your interactions with people. Meditation isn't about escaping reality or entering a trance state. It's about being more present, more aware, more connected with yourself. It's about creating a space between stimulus and response where you have the freedom to choose how you want to react instead of just reacting automatically based on your conditioned patterns. There are many different ways to meditate, and you can experiment until you find the one that resonates most with you. There's breath-focused meditation, guided meditation where you listen to a voice leading you, walking meditation where you walk slowly paying attention to each step, and loving kindness meditation where you cultivate feelings of compassion. The important thing is that you start, even if it's just a little bit each day. And be consistent, because it's better to meditate for 5 minutes every day than to meditate for an hour once a week. It's regularity that creates transformation, that trains your mind to function in a more balanced and conscious way. And something very beautiful happens when you cultivate inner silence. You begin to hear the voice of your intuition much more clearly. That subtle voice, that inner knowing that has always been there, but that you couldn't hear because of all the mental noise. When you silence yourself, that voice emerges, and it can guide you in ways you never imagined. 11th thing, forgive yourself. Of all the things I'm asking you to do before Christmas, this is perhaps the most important and also the most difficult. Because the truth is that you, Libra, harbor not only resentment towards others, but also a great deal of guilt and self-criticism. You demand too much of yourself, judge yourself too harshly, and mentally punish yourself for mistakes you've made, for choices you've taken, for things you've said or failed to say. And this guilt, this weight you carry, is preventing you from living fully, from being happy, from allowing yourself to receive all the good things that life wants to give you. You think you don't deserve it, that you haven't paid enough for your mistakes, that you need to suffer a little more before you can be truly happy. But I need to tell you a very important truth. You are human, and humans make mistakes. It's part of the human experience to make mistakes, to make wrong decisions, to hurt people unintentionally, to sometimes fail to live according to one's own values. There is no perfect human being. There is no life without stumbles and falls. What separates people who manage to be happy despite their mistakes from those who remain stuck in the past is the ability to forgive themselves. It's recognizing that you did the best you could at that moment with the awareness you had, with the emotional resources you had available. If you could have done better, you would have. So before Christmas, you're going to do a very powerful exercise in self-forgiveness. You're going to sit in a quiet place, take a pen and paper, and write a letter to yourself. In this letter, you're going to list all the things you still blame yourself for, all the mistakes you haven't yet been able to forgive yourself for. And after writing everything down, you're going to read it aloud, and for each thing you're going to say, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for saying those words that hurt someone I love. I forgive myself for not being the person I wanted to be at that moment. I forgive myself for wasting time, for making bad choices, for not taking better care of myself. And while you do this, allow the emotions to come. If you feel like crying, cry. If anger comes, feel the anger. Don't repress anything. Let it all out, let all that weight leave your chest. Because you've been carrying this for too long, and it's time to let go. After you're finished, you can burn that paper, symbolizing that you're releasing all of that, leaving it in the past where it belongs. And from that moment on, every time guilt tries to return, every time you start to punish yourself mentally, you'll remember that you've already forgiven yourself, that it's in the past, that you no longer need to carry that weight. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean you're saying you were right, that you didn't make a mistake. It means you're acknowledging that you're human, that you learned from it, that you grew, and that you deserve to move on without carrying that guilt forever. 12th thing, make a plan for the next year. Now that you've done all this inner work, you've cleansed, healed, organized, and forgiven, it's time to look ahead and start planning what you want to create in the coming year. Because you can't enter the new year without any direction. without knowing where you want to go. Libras sometimes get so caught up in trying to please everyone, trying to adapt to the desires and expectations of others, that they lose sight of what they truly want for themselves. So this is the moment for you to be honest with yourself and define what you want to manifest, what your dreams are, what your goals are. Grab a new notebook, one you'll use just for this, and start writing about how you want your next year to be. And don't just write about material achievements. Write about how you want to feel, what kind of person you want to be, what kind of relationships you want to have. Think about all areas of your life. Your health, how do you want it to be? Your relationships, do you want to meet someone new? Do you want to strengthen the relationships you already have? Your finances, how much do you want to earn? How much do you want to save? Your career, are you on the right track, or do you need to make some changes? Your spirituality, do you want to deepen it, learn new things? And after writing all this down, you're going to transform those desires into concrete goals, with practical steps you can start following. Because a dream without action remains just a dream. You need to chart the course, divide it into small, achievable steps, and start walking. Create a vision board if you want, with images that represent what you want to manifest. Or make a list of positive affirmations that you will repeat to yourself every day. The important thing is that you keep these goals alive in your mind and heart, that you don't forget them in the rush of daily life. And remember that the universe conspires in favor of those who are clear about what they want. When you define your intentions, when you put them on paper and make a commitment to yourself, you are activating very powerful forces that will help you achieve what you desire. But also be flexible. Life can take you down paths you never imagined. It can present you with opportunities you didn't even know you wanted. So have your plans, yes, but also be open to unforeseen events, to surprises, to detours that may end up being exactly what you needed. And lastly, celebrate every small achievement along the way. Don't just focus on the final destination and forget to appreciate the journey. Every step you take towards your dreams deserves to be recognized and celebrated. So my dear Libra, we've reached the end of this list of 12 essential things you need to do before Christmas. And I sincerely hope that you haven't just passively listened to these words, but that you truly absorb and put each of these guidelines into practice. Christmas is coming, and with it a very special energy of renewal, of new beginnings, of hope. But in order for you to make the most of this energy, you need to do your part. You need to cleanse what needs to be cleansed, heal what needs to be healed, forgive what needs to be forgiven. Each of these 12 actions that I shared with you has the power to profoundly transform your life. They are not just tasks on your to-do list. They are steps in a process of evolution, of awakening your consciousness, of aligning with who you truly are. Look, I know it might seem like a lot. I know you might be feeling a little overwhelmed thinking about everything you have to do. But take a deep breath, take it easy, do one thing at a time. The important thing is not to do everything perfectly, but to do it with intention, with presence, with love. You have within you all the strength, all the wisdom, all the ability you need to make these changes. You just need to believe in yourself, trust the process, and take the first step. And when you take that first step, the universe will move to support you, to sustain you, to guide you. This Christmas can be different from all the others you've ever experienced. It can be the Christmas where you truly reconnect with the essence of what this date represents, which goes beyond gifts and celebrations. It can be the Christmas where you give yourself the greatest gift of all, which is the freedom to be who you truly are, without masks, without pretenses, without fear. And when you enter the next year, you will enter renewed, strengthened, more aware, more aligned with your purpose. You will enter with a light heart, a clear mind, and an elevated spirit. And from there is no limit to what you can create, to what you can manifest in your life. Now I want to make a special request of you. If this message touched your heart, if these words made sense to you, I need you to understand that you didn't arrive here by chance. The universe brought you to this video because you needed to hear exactly this at this moment in your life. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe now and turn on notifications. Because we bring you content like this every week, messages that come from the heart, with the genuine intention of helping you, inspiring you, and awakening you to your infinite potential. And if you are able to become a channel member, to support this work financially, I ask that you consider doing so. Because it is through the support of people like you that we are able to continue creating this content, reaching more people and transforming more lives. But regardless of whether you can contribute financially or not, the most important thing is that you leave your birth date in the comments. I want to know when you came into the world, I want to be able to send you positive energy on your special day. And besides, when you comment, you help the channel grow to reach more people who need to hear these messages. So go ahead now, don't forget, leave your birth date in the comments. And if you want, also tell us which of these 12 actions resonated most strongly with you, which one you're going to start putting into practice today. Because when you share, when you commit publicly, you're creating an even greater force to accomplish it. And before I finish, I want you to know something very important. You are loved, you are valuable, you deserve all the happiness, all the abundance, all the peace you desire. No matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many times you've fallen, no matter what you did or failed to do in the past, you can always start over, you can always choose a different path, you can always transform yourself. The power is in your hands. The choices are yours. And the time is now. Don't put it off, don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is always now. Start today, start with small steps, but start. I believe in you, the universe believes in you, and now you need to believe in yourself too. You can do it, you will succeed, and you will look back in a few months and be proud of having had the courage to take this step, to have made these changes. May Christmas bring you everything your heart desires most. May you find the peace you so desperately seek. May you reconnect with your purest essence. May you allow yourself to be happy, truly and completely happy. A big hug to your heart, and see you in the next video. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments.